right then. Cool. Hey, listen. Happy New Year. It's good to see you. You look a little different. Not really, but I'm glad you're here. I wanted to talk to you about a few things. Um, First things first, Happy New Year. As I've already said, we're going to start this year off with some changes. Not because it's a new year, but because I feel like now is a good time to actually start it. Some will say it's because of New Year, but I have no control over that. One thing I do want to say is we're going to start making these videos a little more frequently. But what I mean by that is whenever I have something to actually talk about, which is kind of what I said before, that's when I'm actually going to make a video out of this. I'm going to label them as Kale Mel, kind of a nod to Mogul Mel, which is kind of a nod to the Weekly Slap. It rhymes, Kale Mel, Kale Tell. It rhymes. I'll go ahead and use that. Another thing I want to talk about, I noticed that there have been times when I would have a whole bunch of footage readily available. I would look at that as, man, I really gotta get these videos out. I have like all this footage. I have like almost a terabyte's worth of footage that I'm just sitting on. Why don't I use that footage? And I noticed that while I was streaming and recording and letting that backlog kind of grow, I wasn't really editing anything because it was like I have old footage that I could use and I have new footage that I really want to get out, but I'm battling between old and new. So I feel as though I've taken it upon myself to make the decision that I will not be using any old footage from this point forward. What that means is that any VODs that I have from the past year, which all my VODs from this point I've been saving for the past year, I won't actually be using and turning into any new content, if that makes any sense. I don't really want to be in this constant tug of war of I got to use this old footage. Now I don't want to say old, but I want to use this dated footage that's becoming more and more dated when I'm constantly streaming and recording those streams and not using that footage either, because that new footage is going to turn into that old dated footage. It's a kind of a vicious cycle that I really want to break. So all that just to say, I won't be using any previous videos. If anything, I'll probably make like a large like compilation video of like the best parts of those VODs. Maybe I'll keep the VODs as just that, just VODs for memories to say, I remember that stream and I remember that time I played that game and stuff like that. So with that being said, I do want to start a new schedule, which, drumroll please, is not really a schedule, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to try my best to stream whenever I can. I know that right now at work, I'm usually off on the weekends. So I'm going to do my best to stream on the weekends. With that being said, I want you to know, if you haven't been able to tell by the day this video is being uploaded, I'm going to start streaming on Saturday, which is January 7th, which is going to be the first stream. It's going to be tomorrow. So with that being said, I also want to get into something that I've actually been into before. So it's going to be a little bit of a resurgence for me. I don't want to say I regret this decision, but I do know that I do want to get back into Mario Maker content. Starting with that game, that's going to be like my evergreen game. But I really want to lean back into the whole Mario content, so that way that kind of becomes my brand identity. You know, I'm a big Mario fan, so I'd much rather have to pick a game and run with it and it'd be that franchise than to just be variety. And nothing wrong with variety, but I really want to learn consistency and stay with that. So that's what we're going to do. More Mario stuff, but for the time being, since the game technically to me is not dead, Mario Maker 2 will be the game that I'll be streaming and making content out of until Mario Maker 3 comes out, baby. Let's go. Other than that, I want to make another schedule to say that the videos that I do end up having recorded from the streams, those will be turned into the videos that you see on the weekends. So for example, tomorrow being the first stream, hopefully that VOD comes out to be really good and I do a lot of great things in that video. I'm going to take that and edit that into a video that will be great for other platforms, YouTube, maybe Instagram, maybe Twitter, sure. And then when it comes back to the next Saturday, which I think at this point will be the 14th, that's when I plan on doing the same thing. But on that day, the video from the VOD from the 7th will be uploaded. So if the first video is supposed to be sourced from January 7th. And then that means that the next video from that stream will be on the 14th. The 14th we'll have a new stream. And then the new video on the 21st will be the video from that, and so on and so forth. It'll make sense as soon as you see it. I'm going to do my best to keep up that schedule as long as I can, as efficiently as I can, to make sure that I actually, become familiar with consistency. So I appreciate you guys even clicking on the video, and I appreciate you guys. I don't know what this was. I appreciate you guys even considering watching the video in the first place. So I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. If I can get back to the right button. There's the button. I'll catch you guys next time.